Hey guys, today I would like to recommend a very good combination in the Fuji-X system for street photography. The trigger was the announcement of the new X-E4. Maybe you've already seen my first video about it. I wanted to look back a bit on my first experiences with street photography, which I gained in 2018 with its predecessor, the X-E3. I also have a very nice and compact manual lens to recommend, namely the TTArtisans 35mm f1.4. Here we go. This is the combo. Have a look at it. Looks really nice. Well, the X-E3 currently costs around 450 euros brand new in Germany, but you can get it used and in very good condition for 350 euros. The lens costs only 99 euros brand new. You can put together a really good starter kit for street photography for around 500 euros, and that is a bargain compared to the 1400 euros for the X100V, for example. I will show you what the combo can do in a small gallery at the end of this video, but now I will briefly explain the advantages and disadvantages. And I will start with the lens. The housing of the TTArtisans 35mm f1.4 is completely made of metal, as is the mount. It looks really nice here on the small body of the X-E3, but it might look a little silly on a bigger camera body. It has a scale right above the mount, which is very handy for zone focusing. Take a look at my videos about that if you don't know what it is. On this lens we find the focus ring close to the mount. The aperture ring is at the very front. And that is the only real negative point I have in terms of handling. From the Fuji original lenses I'm used to it just the other way around. Here with the 35mm f2, the aperture ring sits close to the body and the front ring is for focusing. So I find myself adjusting the aperture on the TTArtisans even though I want to focus. But at least the aperture ring has clicks. The lens is very fast for its size and price. The maximum aperture is f1.4. Not bad, is it? Unfortunately, at 1.4 you have to accept a lot of vignetting, but with stopping down it gets much better. My tip for working with the lens for street is something between aperture 4 and 8. Set the camera to focus mode M and then adjust the focus correctly with the help of focus peaking. Then you are ready to go and don't have to worry about anything. The lens is sufficiently sharp for this price and has its own character that really fits the Fujifilm simulations nicely. Of course, a little practicing is needed to achieve the results that you want with a manual lens, but if you can get along with that, you can really do very interesting shots with it. Then let's talk about the X-E3. I once owned it but then sold it because of the missing tilting screen. That still is my main problem again. I'm just used to being able to look at the LCD from above. But if that doesn't bother you, you can work well with the fixed display also. The X-E3 is a camera of really compact size, as you can see when I hold it side by side to my X100V. If you imagine it together with the 27mm 2.8, old version or new one, you will realize that it is even smaller than this fixed lens camera. The camera does not have the latest processor and sensor on board, of course, but you don't necessarily notice that, especially not with a manual lens like this one. The image quality was absolute flagship quality in 2017, on par with the X-T2. We have 24 instead of 26 megapixels, but that still is absolutely sufficient. Of course, we have to cut back a little on the film simulations. Eterna bleach bypass and classic neck are missing. If you only want to work in black and white, which I can absolutely recommend to beginners, you won't mind. Acros is here with all the filters you need. In terms of operation, everything on the X-E3 is as usual. Shutter speed dial, exposure compensation dial, focus mode switch at the front and back the old key layout but without a D-pad and with a joystick. And of course we have the famous auto button to switch the camera completely to full automatic mode. The LCD and the EVF are of course of a 4 years old quality, so the resolution is of course no longer up to date. When I tried it out I could already feel the leap we've made since then, but you can still work fine with it. Just take a look at old reviews from the camera, then you can see in detail what you can expect. As I said, as an entry to street photography, I think this combination is great for around 500 euros because you first practice with a manual lens and learn a lot about the apertures and what it does with the camera, and maybe you can afford some of the Fuji lenses a little later. For example, have a look at the XC35mm f2 if you don't care about the missing aperture ring. Or you go and buy a third-party lens with autofocus, maybe from Viltrox or from Tokina. But then you will be ready and already know a lot about this camera and street photography. If you have any questions on this combination or any other topic, feel free to write me in the comments. I usually answer within a few hours. Don't forget to give me a like and please subscribe to my channel. Switch on the notifications so that you don't miss any more videos. And if you find my content really helpful, consider buying me a coffee via buymeacoffee.com. The link can be found in the description. Well, that's it for today. I hope to see you soon. Take care of yourself. Have a good time. Ciao.